Hey makers, this is Dhruvin and today I'm going to talk about the newly rolled out feature in Power Platform AI Builder, which is processing the unstructured document. We all aware about the form processing model where we have structured document and we were able to process those documents. But let's say for an example, sometimes we have a requirement where we are capturing the information in unstructured document like this. Let's consider an example of rental lease agreement where you can see that we are capturing the different information like landlord, tenant, then rental start date, rental end date, monthly rent and address. And what happens here is every time this is located at the different place. So let's say this is one of the sample I have. Similar way, I do have some couple of more samples like this. You can see that the overall structure of this sample is different. And also let's consider this example where we have the rent agreement in tabular structure. Let's say there is one more sample where we have the structure like this, and the fifth sample is like this. Now this AI builder model comes up with the solution to process this type of unstructured document. Now there are many use cases where we can leverage this capability. Let's consider an example of HR system. So in HR system as well, most of the time candidates are sending the resume in the different format. So we can easily process it with the AI builder model. Now let me talk about the end outcome that we are going to achieve throughout this demo. We are going to create rental document processing power apps where user can upload the scanned copy of the document, and when they upload the document, it will immediately start processing using our trained AI builder model, which I will show you how we can train it. And once the processing is completed, it will populate all the information automatically, and as a user we can easily save it from here. Also, there are many other use cases as well where let's say you uploaded the document and without any human interaction, we can also process that with the help of Power Automate. But ultimately, behind the scene, we are going to use AI Builder document processing model. So let me walk you through the start to end process over here. And in my second part of the same video, I will explain about the Power Automate part. So stay tuned till both the videos. So the very first step that you need to do here is you need to open your AI builder from the left navigation, and from here you need to click on the document processing. Just click on that custom model and it will populate this user interface. Let's get started from here. And don't worry, if you wanted to practice, I have provided all the samples along with Power Apps and Power Automate flow to my GitHub repository. The links are available in the description box. So once you click that, here you will be able to see two different options. From here, we need to select the unstructured and free form document. So let's select that and click on next. The very first step is we need to perform here is we need to define the fields, which are the field we want to extract from our document processing model. So let's create couple of fields. So I'm going to create 6 different fields. So just click on field. I have different field to capture like landlord, tenant, start date, end date, rent, along with address. So I will define these 6 fields over here. So the first field is landlord. Similar way, you can create your another 6 field. So I'm creating it. And here we are. I have created all 6 fields: tenant, rental start date, end date, monthly rent and address. Now let's click on next. Now the next step is to add the collection of documents. So just click on new collection and let's upload the documents over here. So you simply need to click on and add documents. I am uploading from my local device, and over here I have 5 sets of documents. So to get started, you must have to upload minimum 5 documents. But for better result, it would be recommended if you upload 15 to 20 documents, and just click on upload documents. So it will start uploading those stuff for us. And here we are. Now let's click on next. So over here, it will show the preview of all your uploaded document. Now this is one of the most important steps for document processing. Over here, we need to tag the different fields from the document. Now, let me explain couple of tagging technique over here. So let's say for an example, the simple technique is you can simply draw the rectangle and just select the field, and that will tag your word for that property. Okay, so that is first technique. Let me remove this. Now let's say this is my landlord, and now I want to tag my landlord name as Andre Lawson. So how can I do that? So let's say I selected this word, I mark that as landlord, and now I want to continue this tagging. So I'm selecting this word and just scroll down, and there is a option continue tagging, and you can select that, and the whole word is tagged. Cool. Now let me talk about one more technique. Let's say you selected this word. Now you press the Control key and select this word. So it has selected both words together, and now you can mark that as landlord. Now let me remove this tag. Let me talk about one more technique. I am selecting this word, and now both of these words are consecutive words. So now I'm pressing Shift key and select this, and I'm just selecting that as landlord. Amazing, it tagged. Now let me talk about one more technique. So let's say for an example, you have selected your address like this, and now with this address you wanted to cover couple of words from this paragraph. So how you can do that? You selected that, you need to press Control key and you can select this word, and you can mark them together as your address, and you can see everything is marked into the address, and when you hover over that element you can see this arrow as well. Okay, so let's say if you have something here and you wanted to select something from here, you can place Control key and select together. If you have two consecutive words together, you can simply select Shift key. Okay, now let me explain you this thing in a very easy manner. Let's say in your Windows system you have this one file, and if you wanted to select all file till 4, what you are doing, they all are in consecutive, so you can press Shift key and select all together. Same concept is here, but let's say you wanted to select first file and fourth file, so you press Control key. Okay, so same concept is here. Let's say I place my cursor here and I'm pressing Shift and selection, it will select everything. But let's say if I need specific thing, Control, and I will press Control, and after that I will tag. Okay, and the very easy technique I have already explained, which is select your word, tag that word, and now select your another word and scroll down for continue tagging and add that word over here, and both the things will merge together. So amazing. So I explained each individual technique over here. Now let me start the tagging process for my documents. So let's say this is my landlord, so I'm selecting, mark that as landlord, selecting this, continue tagging and mark that as landlord. Now this is my tenant, so I am selecting these two words and mark that as tenant. Now start date, so this is my start date, so I'm tagging that as a start date. This is my end date, so I'm selecting as end date. Now my address, so what I'm doing here is I'm selecting this, I'm pressing Control and selecting this and mark as address, or you can use any of the technique which you love. Same way, monthly rent, this is my monthly rent, I'm doing the same thing here. Okay, so our tagging is done. Once it's done, it highlighted with this color. Now we need to go to the next document and do the tagging. So it's a straightforward. So this is my landlord, so I'm just doing in a fast forward manner. This is my address, tenant. So second is done. Now let's move towards the third one. So similar way, you need to train all your documents. So now let me just quickly train all of them. So I tagged my third document, I tagged my fourth document, and now I'm moving forward the fifth document. Now let's say for an example, sometime you do not have a couple of fields in your document, like let's say address is not a part of document. Then you can simply click on ellipsis and you can simply select not available in this document. So when you select that, it will mark as ticked. Okay, so remember that thing. But in my case, it is available. So I'm selecting available here and I'm selecting the address over here. Alright, so I covered up everything. And let's say if you want to untag your any of the field, you can simply click here, select it, and you can simply untick from here. Or let's say there is an option to remove the tag from here as well. So you can use that technique as well. So we tagged all the documents. Now let's click on next. This is the model summary page where it is showing all the fields which we have defined and number of documents that we have trained. And now let's click on train. So the model is training now, and this may take from 20 minutes to a few hours depending on the documents that you uploaded and depending on the amount of document that you have uploaded. So now let's click on go to model and let's wait for finishing the training part. So I just clicked here and you can see this is the document which is being processing. So let it to be. And here we are, my model has been trained successfully. Now let's click on a model. And from here, let's perform a couple of quick tests. So I'm just opening here and I'm just uploading one of the file which I haven't trained. So this is one of my invoice and let me just try it out. And here we are. You can see that it has tagged all the properties successfully. Isn't that cool? So now we are done with our testing. So the very next step is that we need to publish our model. This is one of the most important steps. You cannot use your model in your Power Apps and Power Automate until you not publish it. So make sure that you publish this model. So I started publishing this model. And here we are. The model has been published successfully. Now we can leverage this model into our Power Automate and Power Apps. So let me show you how we can utilize that. There are two different ways to use the same model in Power Apps. You can simply click on use model and that will open couple of suggestions to you here, that new app in Power Apps, new flow in Power Automate, and use the document automation solution. So you can simply click on new app in Power Apps and that will create one new Power Apps for you with this document processing model. But I'm not going to use this technique. I'm going to use the another technique from creating a blank canvas app. So I'm just going here. I'm creating blank canvas app because I want to design for my tablet layout. So let me just change here as document processing and click on create. Once this app is created, the very next step is that I'm going to create one scrollable screen over here, and let me just change the theme over here. Now let's connect our document processing model. So for that you need to go to the insert option and over here you need to search for form processing. So select that over here. And this is the premium component. So just click on got it. And this is the model that we just trained. So let's connect that model with our control. And here we are. It's done. All right. The next step that we need to perform here is we can store that information to one of my SharePoint list. So I already created one SharePoint list with all the metadata, landlord, tenant, start date, end date, address, rent amount, everything. Okay, so now it's just a matter of normal SharePoint form. So you can simply add your SharePoint form inside your Power Apps. So now I'm not going to do each individual step here, but I'm going to show you the process. So you need to go to the insert, and from here you can select any of your form, and you simply need to select the SharePoint connector. So I'm just going here and search for SharePoint, and I will select my list. I'm using this connection and I'm using my AI builder site. So I'm copying and pasting the site and select my list, and I will just provide the form connection with my list, and that will create a form for me. Alright, so it has created that form. Now let me just remove this attachment control from here, and what I will do is now I need to pre-populate the value over here. Okay, so you just need to arrange it properly in your app. So I have similar app created here with the same model. Here I have used the same rental agreement model, and after you arrange it, the layout will be looking like this. Okay, now what you need to do here is to pre-populate the value. Basically you need to select your data card, and in the default event, basically you just need to provide the value. So this is your control name, that is form processor 1. So you need to provide form processor 1 dot results dot landlord dot value. So whatever the property that you have defined, you simply need to select that. Alright, so in your case you can just go here, you just can go to your default property, and same thing over here, let's say form processor 1. Then you need to press dot, then you need to have results. Okay, then you need to select your property that you defined, that is landlord. Okay, and after that dot value. Okay, same thing you need to do everywhere. Over here the value will be dot result dot tenant dot value. So same thing you need to repeat everywhere. For tenant it's tenant dot value, for start date dot value, end date dot value, address dot value, and rent amount dot value. Okay, on an save button I just submitted this form, and on success of the form I am notifying the user, and I'm redirecting to the success screen. So I created another screen for success, and I take one button where I'm resetting my form and resetting my form processor control and navigating to the home screen. Okay, and don't worry, this code is available on GitHub, so you can directly download it. So once you are done with this process, you can make some testing. So over here, this is my SharePoint list. Let me clear that out, so we will get to know the new record that is being submitted. Okay, so now I'm going here, I'm just playing my app, and over here let me just upload one of my document. So I'm uploading the same document that we are testing with the AI builder model, and let's see what we are getting here. So it started processing, and over here as well there is a zoom option if you wanted to read your document. Okay, and it populate everything together, and when you hit save, this information is stored into SharePoint list. So let me refresh my list, and here we are. You can see the record has been submitted a few seconds ago. Alright, so this is the overall idea of the form processing model. Okay, so the Power Apps is also very easy. You just added one control, one form, and rest of the thing you know about the form concept. So basically on visible, I just initialized my new form. So every time when someone open the app, the form will be appearing for them. On save button, I just use submit form. On success event, I'm redirecting to the another thing, and we set everything as a default value like this. Alright, so this is the summary of Power Apps. So this is how we can simply utilize our AI builder model inside the Power Apps and create the document processing app. Now in my next video, I am going to use the same AI builder model with Power Automate. So stay tuned. If you are for the first time to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and press the bell notification to never miss any updates from me. And don't forget to follow me on my different social media handle like Twitter, Instagram, podcast, and my another channel Digital Dhruvin, where I'm uploading short content on Power Platform. With this is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next video with some amazing content. Till then, have a great day. Goodbye.